Assalamu alaikum, namaste, sat sri akal, shalom and good day. You are listening to Awaz Community Radio. Your host for today is Saira, and today we'll be chatting about dementia awareness. So if you'd like to get in touch with us, our website is www.awazcommunityradio.com. You can email us awazcommunityradio@gmail.com or give us a call 839 9817. We're also on Facebook, just type in Awaz Community Radio, or you can tweet us, Awaz Radio 122. Thank you for listening to Awaz Community Radio. My guest today is Alpa Raja. She's a Health and Wellbeing Adviser with the Health and Wellbeing Service, and that's with Manchester Mental Health and Social Care Trust. Hi Alpa, thanks for coming in.
Hi Saira, hi.
It's great to have you in.
Oh, it's lovely to be here.
So can I ask you a little bit, on behalf of our listeners, what is the Health and Wellbeing Service?
Yes, so the Health and Wellbeing Service, so we're part of Manchester Mental Health and Social Care Trust. Our work is very much around the prevention mark. So within the service we have lots of areas of work. So for example, we have the community health trainer service, we have an oral health improvement team, we have a stop smoking service, a fantastic team that looks at kind of reducing alcohol consumption, and an oral health improvement. But I fall within the mental health team, which is, we work very much across the board, and it's very much around kind of mental health promotion. So as a service, we look at improving the health and well-being of the population right across the city of Manchester.
That's fantastic. So can you tell me a bit more about your role and what you do?
Yeah, sure. I've been working, it's an area of work around dementia, and it's something that I'm really quite passionate about. But it's a programme of work known as the Supporting Health Dementia Programme. So our work's been running for nearly 2 years. So it's myself and one of my colleagues who's a specialist dementia nurse on the programme. And we basically... We started off in 2009, and the focus was around improving the health of the physical health of people who had a diagnosis of dementia and their carers. So ensuring that people with dementia are included in all aspects of public health right across the city of Manchester. So we did this in a couple of ways, and the first was through a programme of health checks. So our dementia nurse is based within GP practices in Manchester and works at kind of looking at that physical health of the person with dementia and also the family carer. But there's also a huge need about kind of health improvement, a need for really raising that awareness of dementia within the community. So our focus has kind of slightly shifted, and what we're now doing is working within a very small, isolated area of Cheetham and Crumpsall. And just really working to raise that awareness of dementia. So really kind of enabling people with dementia and their carers to remain independent, an integral part of their local community. So you may have heard that term, dementia-friendly communities. So that comes from the government, it comes from the Prime Minister's challenge, and that was very much about building communities that are dementia friendly. So dementia is everybody's business, and it's about the simple things that we can all do to make things easier for people who have a diagnosis of dementia, so they can live well with that support.
Thank you for that, Alpa. So can you tell us a little bit more about what dementia really is?
Yeah, sure. So dementia, I suppose in a nutshell, dementia is it's degeneration of the brain. So it's where parts of the brain cells are not working. I mean, the analogy that I use on a Dementia Friends session is the analogy of a fairy light. So if you think about fairy lights and certain lights in the brain that are flickering, some are turned off, some are slowly turning off. So it is degeneration of the brain. So in actual fact, it's brain failure. But that can really affect the way that an individual, the way that they think, the way that they behave, and the way that they carry out activities of daily living. For example, even, undressing yourself, addressing yourself, or tying shoelaces can be quite a difficult task for somebody who has dementia.
And today at the centre, Alpa, you've been running a Dementia Friends and Information session with the Awaz Women's Group. And thank you for that. That was very informative. We also have a lady who attended the session today, Bahar. Thank you for coming in, Bahar.
Thank you also for your invite.
And can you tell us what you learned today? How did you find the session that Alpa did?
This conversation was very useful, if you ask me, because before this conversation, we don't have any idea about the dementia. But now if someone asks me, what are you think about dementia? What is the illness? How it's going? I can give the information about this dementia. And it's a really very useful for me. Thank you so much also for she.
Thank you very much, Bahar, for coming in to give us your opinion. So, Alpa, do you want to give us a little bit more information about what you did today with the ladies?
Yeah, I mean, this is a session. It comes from the government, and the Prime Minister's challenge in trying to get as many people to have an awareness of dementia as possible. So 1 million people to become dementia friends by the year 2015. So myself, I am a dementia champion, so I go out to the community groups, and as part of my work on the programme, is about kind of raising that awareness. And it's more about the simple things that people can do that are going to make a difference to somebody who has dementia. So it's more about action. So it gives an awareness of what it's like for somebody who has dementia, and it's quite it's a great session because it's so fun, it's so interactive, but it kind of gives it the key messages about dementia, and quite often within a lot of communities that there is still that stigma that's attached to dementia. So what we say is that it isn't part of natural aging, and it is an illness. I think that's the key message that we're trying to get off, that it is a disease, it's a physical illness. And there's so much about dementia. I mean, I could talk for hours. It's just so broad. But I think the key message is that it is so. It's possible for somebody to live well with dementia, and there is more to the person than the dementia. But it's a simple
So Alpa, can you tell us, if our listeners want to become dementia friends, how can they go about doing that?
There is a website address, so that's www.dementiafriends.org.uk. There's also lots of useful information on the Alzheimer's Society website, so that's www.alzheimers.org.uk. Lots of information about becoming a dementia friend, but also about becoming a dementia champion.
I'd like to say a huge thank you to Alpa Raja for coming in today to talk about dementia. Thank you, Alpa.
Oh, thank you very much.
And also a huge thanks on behalf of the Awaz Women's Group. I believe, as Bahar already testified, it was a great session. We really learned a lot today. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, listeners, if you'd like to get in touch to ask a bit more about dementia awareness, you can log on to our website, www.awazcommunityradio.com. You can email us, awazcommunityradio@gmail.com. We're on Facebook, just type in Awaz Community Radio, or you can tweet us, Awaz Radio 122. And if you'd like to learn a bit more about any kind of health topics, do get in touch. Let us know what you'd like to listen to, because that's what we're here for, to be your voice, your Awaz. Thank you for listening.